Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome to Martyn Lucas Investor with our regular show, the Closing Bell Show today. We're looking at all things today. We are keeping our eye, of course, on Virgin Galactic, but it's a general stock check to go through all our positions, see what's going on. Virgin Galactic isn't the only thing, of course, going on right now. We need to be abreast of everything, even though Virgin Galactic is one of the biggest stories because of its space implications this week or next week, but nevertheless, it's been bouncing up and down. I've been in and out of the stock. We're down, up again. So lowering averages, taking profits, in and out, bouncing around. And we are up again today, 0.22. So that's good. We're making money. We've got more money in cash, earning money because we're getting defensive now, waiting for the last final drop before the bull market begins. We want to make sure that we've taken as much profit out of it as we can. We're not trying to time the market, but we're not trying to, we don't want to miss out if we can. That's what I'm saying. Okay, so the S&P is up 0.43. Virgin Galactic is bouncing around this point. It's very weak right now. Let's check on the volume today. The average volume is 10 and the volume today is 3. No one is buying it. Everyone is sticking out. It's not a good sign. We want volume on a stock. You can see. Thank you very much, N1CK Chart Gaming, just subscribed to me. Thank you so much indeed. We can see, look, the average volume is 10. Today is 8. So it's low volume considering we've got a flight round the corner. Everything is pointing to this not going the way we want it. And if that's the case, that is the case. We can't do nothing about it. All we can do is play the game that's in front of us. But right now, it doesn't look that exciting, to be perfectly honest with you. All right, welcome everybody. Welcome to the channel. Let's get ready to rock and roll. Let's go through. IonQ gave us a bit of a discount, but it's off again. It's still too expensive. It's not good value right now. Makes no sense. Rumble has started to give up its profits. I took a profit at the top. I knew this was going to happen. I said it would bounce around in this channel here. It'll come back down again. And it has to, because at the end of the day, it doesn't make any money. So it's not got no reason for it to go up unless it becomes a meme and everyone buys it. Well, that could happen, of course, but then you're just speculating and gambling, and that's not what we do here. So we're waiting for that to come down. Rivian loses money, not as much as Lucid every time it sells a car, but nevertheless, it does lose money when it sells cars. I took profit. It belongs at $9. It's down. I'm still up on it because I own just that one share, but I sold my position, took a profit on it. I'm down 19% on my main account. I'm not adding any more there because it doesn't make any money right now. And it's not about the trucks, this one. It's about the Amazon deal. That's really what this is all about. Mullen, well, tomorrow morning, reports on Mullen. This is promised so much and delivered absolutely nothing. Very much like all the hype stocks. Unfortunately, a lot of energy around this one. A lot of people talking it up, but at the end of the day, it's all talk on Twitter and Reddit. Isn't doing anything, and there we go. This stock is reporting tomorrow. We are going to be there in the morning. If you want to join us and get your front row seat, here is the event tomorrow morning. Oops, a daisy. Let's try that again, shall we? There we go. Tomorrow morning. Hang on. What's going on? Make your mind up. Tomorrow morning, we are reporting on Mullen. There it is. You can get your front row ticket if you want to join us for Mullen. Here it is. All right, that's tomorrow morning. And you can be there for Mullen. And I'll just write that down, actually, so you can send it to you again. Mullen in the morning. There it is. If you want to join us for Mullen. If you want to join us over there in Rumble as well. Mullen, early morning. We're going to go live early. It's a pre-market, so get up early. That's tomorrow morning. If you want to see what Mullen has to say, will it pop on earnings? I've got no idea. It's based upon nothing other than trends at the moment, so I don't know what it's going to do. I've been buying some, but I've stopped buying it now because now you're just getting into the point of guessing, and we don't like guessing. Guessing doesn't do anything. It's pointless. And that's tomorrow. All right, that's tomorrow. Down at 117 now. You might say, well, why? Well, buy it. It's cheap. It's cheap. It doesn't do anything. It does absolutely nothing. All right, it doesn't produce anything right now. It doesn't make any money right now. It's got debts. It's got all kinds of issues. Anyway, Tesla going sideways. We're waiting to take a profit from here. I'm in profit. I'm up by 2%, which is nice. I could take it, but I want to take a 189 to basically sell. Remember the FIFO rule: first in, first out. We want to make sure that the stocks that were the first in that I've got left, because remember, once you sell from the bottom of the pile, they're gone. You move up the list. It's always first in, first out. So my 20th stock, if you like, I've got 20 stocks. I've got 20 shares. My 19th and 20th stock, which were bought, last, if you like, or first. Okay, if that makes sense. They were at 189. So if I'm going to make profit on all of my stocks and make a real profit, I want to sell at 189, and I can sell 2 and bring it back down. That way my average overall is lower. Remember, the average price can be very confusing. You think your average is coming down, and it is, but remember, your average only comes down when you buy. It doesn't go up or down when you sell. So the ones you bought first, don't get reflected until you sold them. So you need to know what you paid for stocks. That's why you look in your history. You go back and you go, right, I've got 20 shares. I've got 20 shares of Tesla. If I sell one now, am I losing money? And when I first started trading, I lost a lot of money thinking I was making profit, and I was selling all my stocks for losses all the time, thinking this is clever, I'm making all this money. No, it wasn't, because the stocks were coming down in a bull market. It's set this way because most people sell in a bull market. As you go up, you take profits, right? It makes sense. In some brokerages, you can choose which lots to sell. Then it's no issue. With Robinhood, they don't do that. They're going to do it, but not right now. So right now, if you sell, it sells the stocks you bought first in, first out. You can get around that because you can message your broker and say, can you sell within 3 days before the stock lands? You can say, can you sell this stock, this price? And they can do that for you. They can do that, but you have to do that, and it's a pain in the ass. You have to email, and it's a pain. And if you've only made a few cents or a couple of bucks, spending a half an hour emailing, is it worth it? To me, it isn't. My time is worth more than that, so for me, it isn't worth it. But so I have to look down on my history. I look down here and I go, right, okay, look at my history, and I can scroll back and I can count down the shares to shares 19 and 20, then I know what those shares are, and I happen to remember they're at 189. So if I sell today, even though I'm up overall 2%, I've actually just sold 2 stocks and made a loss on them. All right. So overall, if I sold them all, I would have $2 profit. Sorry, 2% profit. But if I just sell 2 right now, thinking, hey, I'm selling when I'm up, all I'm doing is selling the 2 shares I paid 189 for. So I just lost money. So knowing that Tesla will go over $200 this year, I want to wait to 189, and then I will trim. And then my average price will actually be more realistic. It'll be 171. At that point, I'll be at 189. I'll sell 2. I will bank the $400 from 189 or thereabouts, $380. I'll bank that. No tax. It's Roth IRA, remember, interest tax-free. I'll have another $380 to buy something else. I would have got an average of 171. Everything will be great. And by that point, I'll be about 6-7% up, and that'll be great. And my average will be down. And now I've got that money, $380, I can wait for Tesla to go back down below 171 and buy again. And that way I've gained on the way up and I've gained on the way down, and everybody wins. Okay, so it's important to know that. Anyway, there's Tesla. Let's carry on. Lucid's only worth $6. It loses $500,000 every time it sells a car. It's pointless. Best car in the world, and all the rest of it, best EV. It's going to go private. Everyone knows it, other than the fans of it. It's obvious. If you talk to Peter Rawlinson, you'll know that the way he operates and thinks is very much in line with Ferrari and Lamborghini and Bugatti. All these private companies. You can see where it's going. Amazon, I'm just holding it. It could go down. I've got $939 of profit there, which is great. I could sell it, but I'll pay tax on it because it's in my brokerage. In my Roth IRA, I haven't got that sort of position, so it doesn't make a difference. But I'm holding it because I think it's got a huge weight to go. This was overbought. Everyone was buying Amazon in COVID because they thought everyone started picking up their phones, going on Robinhood, trading. They thought, hey, I'm going to buy Amazon. I'm going to get rich. It's the best company to buy, right? And everyone bought it and bought it and bought it, and it got overvalued. So it's not worth this, but it's worth more than this. So it's around about this price, 138 within this year's target. So there's no point me selling it. There's plenty of growth there, and I don't need the money. And remember, you only sell if you've got 4 or 5 moves ahead. If you're just going to sell for the sake of it, what is the point? What's the point? You need to know what you're doing with your money before you sell anything. All right. McDonald's presented us with a little gift today. Did you take advantage of it? McDonald's hardly ever goes down. It's virtually straight line all the way. The dip there, that was March 20, of course. No, that wasn't. That was 22. I beg your pardon. That's what I meant there, March 20. There it is. There's COVID. So it's pretty much, if you always with the chart stand back. That's the true strength of the company. That tells you what the company's really doing. If you zoom in by the minute, by the day, by the hour, you haven't got a clue what the company actually does. That's what the company's doing. And if you look at it, it's not a burger company. It's a land company, and essentially what you're paying for is land, rent, and franchises. So it's always going to go up. Land's always going to get more expensive. Rent's always going to go up. Blah blah blah. So what you do is you wait for a dip, and it gave us a little dip, but it is overvalued. It's very, very expensive. It's one of those stocks that everyone just buys and holds because of who it is. It's McDonald's, right? It's never going anywhere. Pays an okay dividend, 1.98, not the worst by any stretch of the imagination. It's not too bad at all. There you go. There's a dividend, and it increases it. Remember, when you talk about dividend stocks, you don't want a dividend stock. That sounds great. I mean, I've had people come to me on the show and go, what about this company? It's got a 20% dividend. And the first thing I say is, how often is it paid out at that number? And we find out never or once. Has it consistently paid out over history? No. Has it increased every year? No. Then it's no good. And if it's got a 20% dividend, it's probably got a growth rate of negative. So actually, it's giving you a good dividend, but it's growing less than it's giving you in dividends. What's the point? What you want is a stock that grows and gives you a dividend. That way, you've got the best of both worlds. If you want a high dividend growth stock, a high dividend payout stock, then it's going to grow less. Like a REIT, for example. If you want to buy a REIT, then you can get a benefit to that. But again, you look at the growth. We did, I think it was it F or something? Not F. What's it called? There's a the most famous REIT, REIT. I forget the name of it now. It's one of the. It's called a granddad stock. Very rich, wealthy, elderly people buy it. It just pays them a passive dividend. But if we look at the growth, there's no growth at all, especially now during the downturn, because a lot of its rents are earned from commercial properties. And we all know about Twitter and Elon Musk not paying his rent and rents overpriced. We all know about that. So it might promise a good dividend, but actually its growth makes it pointless. And when you compare it to the S&P, which I can do for you, if you want me to do it, if you're a member here and you want me to do a back test, and a back test is when I compare one stock with another over a period of time and say, hey, I'm interested in this stock. This is a member's perk, right? If you're interested in this stock, and how does it do compared to the S&P, which is a benchmark which everyone compares to. The reason for that is because hardly anyone can beat it. Fund managers very rarely beat the S&P. We compare it to it, and we look at it, and we go, look, over 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, you'd have made more money with the S&P. Why bother with the risk? And the famous REIT, which I can't remember the name of, is one of those. It promises a great dividend. It's a great favourite amongst elderly people. But in reality, if you look at the facts, there is a better deal on the S&P. It's as simple as that. But certain age group, they don't like any risk at all. They just want that steady payment. They don't care. They've got loads of money. They just want a steady payment. But overall, their money's actually not performing that well. But if you're 80 years of age and you're really wealthy, and as long as you're earning a good income every year, you don't really care if your portfolio is performing at its maximum. Well, you need to if you're younger, of course, because you haven't got the years, and you've got the years ahead of you to grow it, right? Google. Microsoft, fantastic. AI taking over. I wish I had a bigger position with this one. It's a great stock. It's a very small dividend, but it's a dividend nevertheless. It's slightly overvalued right now, though. A fair value of this stock is 325. We're just coming up to its fair value now, and remember that's back tested as well, so it's a little bit overvalued right now. Okay. Anyway, there you go. Microsoft, always a favorite. I would like more, but I'm not going to pay this price for it. Walmart, great beat earnings today, but it would do. But its earnings was its expectations were dramatically reduced. Understand expectations not set by the company, set by analysts. And if an analyst says, and the panel on the of the New York Stock Exchange have decided your company, looking at the figures, should reach this, and you don't, it's bad for your stock. But you never set that; they did. So analysts can, do you no favors sometimes. But anyway, that's how it works. Next, Era Energy. Down 1.95, good dividend. I want to be in solar. I trimmed off the top from Enphase. It's got the best balance sheet of any company I've ever seen. Prints money, makes profit, phenomenal company. However, it got oversold. It's never come back. This was a massive overreaction to its earnings. The reason for that was the projections going forward weren't so good. I think it's a temporary blip. I think solar is the biggest thing you can be in. I think being in Tesla, you're in solar anyway. That's all to come. That hasn't even really ramped up yet. It's not even started, but that's to come. So solar is the future. I know my house in England runs off solar, and it's fully off grid. Cost me nothing to run the house virtually. Anyway, Enphase, Bitcoin. We know it's going down to 15,000. Everyone knows it, other than the crypto YouTube channels who make money out of telling you to buy it. They don't make money directly out of you buying it, of course, but they tell you it's going to go up and it's cheap, so you watch because you think George or Mr. Bitboy is going to tell you something you don't know, and you watch and you think I'm going to get rich, and it's just the same. It's the very opposite of the crypto coin that is 0.00000000001, and everyone buys a million shares of a million coins and thinks it's great. Hey, for $50 I can buy a gazillion, trillion, bazillion binky bonk coins. It sounds exciting because it sounds cheap. It's not cheap. It's not worth anything. It's just a guess. Well, Bitcoin is the reverse of that. It's $26,000. It's going to go to $1 million. It's got the other extreme emotion attached to it. So Bitcoin, great. I believe in Bitcoin. I believe in all this crypto to a 5% strength of my portfolio. Balanced, but at the end of the day, all the signs are there, all the charts are there, all the information is there telling you it's going to 15,000. And then once it does that, the halving's going to happen, of course, and then it's going to bounce back, but it's going to go to 15,000 first. Now, my average is 15,000. I only buy Bitcoin at 15,000. I don't pay any more for it. I don't care what anyone on YouTube tells me, because you just want me to watch your YouTube channel, and I'm not interested in that. I'm interested in an investment, and buying a lottery ticket is an investment, but it is still speculative, right? But it does belong in your portfolio. A lottery ticket absolutely belongs in your portfolio. Tilray, I think someone mentioned Tilray earlier. I think it was Zed Hink. I like to answer all my members' questions. Tilray is, what is Tilray? Zed Hink, do you know what Tilray is? I want to ask Zed Hink. Is Zed Hink still here? Because I want to know if Zed Hink knows what Tilray is. Let's see. So are you here? Not anybody else. This is a question for Zed Hink. Answer me. What do you think Tilray is? How are you doing today, Nix? I'm doing very well. Good to see you. 15,000 Bitcoin sounds good. Yep. It doesn't mean it's cheap, though. It used to be a couple of bucks. When it was a couple of bucks, if you'd said it was 15 grand, would you think it was cheap? No. It's all relative, right? It's only cheap. It's not, in fact, it's not even cheap. It's never cheap. It's never cheap. Never cheap. Not at all. Okay, what is it? Well, I will. I'll read this out to you, and then I'll tell you what it actually is. Because Tilray Brands, there's a bit of the clue, is a cannabis lifestyle and consumer goods company. So straight away you're going to think, okay, it's a cannabis company, all right? Medicinal cannabis. And if you'd said medicinal cannabis to me, I would have said, you are wrong. Even though it says medicinal cannabis, I would say you are wrong, because that isn't what Tilray Brands is. If you want that, there's SNL, there's others. If you want a cannabis company, there are others. Tilray Brands is exactly what it says. It's a brand of company. It's uses cannabis in many products, including alcoholic beverages. So it's got a whole array of products in the cannabis sector. It's the biggest, it's the best, it's the most likely to succeed. It's just bought out Hex, it has money, and so on and so forth. Right, is it good? Is it worth buying? Well, I bought some. I've got quite a big chunk of my portfolio in it. So you might say, well, I think it's worthwhile. You need to be very cautious with it, though. As all stocks, you need to know exactly what you're buying. And what we're actually buying with Tilray is one thing and one thing only. And what that one thing is legislation for the US government. It already has been passed in parts of Europe, Germany. It's coming to the UK. I'm not sure it's fully in the UK yet. But they're a global brand, and they are lobbying. They're basically lobbyists at the moment. What you're paying for is how good they are at lobbying. They're lobbying the US government, and they're trying to get the US government to pass the Safe Bank legislation, which makes it which makes people for this to be able to be used for medicinal purposes without anyone getting in trouble. You may remember the President Biden pardoned a few people, and it made a bit of news, but didn't really go that far. But that's what you're paying for. However, the downside to that is and this is an important thing. This is why we cover all the earnings reports, and we get the inside information, if you like. It's not inside; it's public information, but it's inside if you it's inside if you don't listen to the earnings report. The board and people who work at Tilray Brands have been infamously called out on selling their own stock. Right, and it's like, well, the stock is really down. It's it's all-time lows. It's absolutely on its arse. It's destroyed, and yet the owners, the board, and everybody else have all sold out. So why the hell are we buying it? And the CEO, Erwin Simon, has said he will never sell. He has been accused of that. Are you selling? Because everybody else has sold at the company. Are you selling? He said he never will, and he says he's very frustrated by the price. He says it every time, however. So basically what you're paying for, it's a good company in the respect it's well-placed. It has lots of brands in the cannabis sector. It is the leader in the field. So if you're going to buy cannabis, you're going to buy this one, in my opinion. Unless you just want cannabis. If you want the brands of cannabis, this is the one, which to me is a much more diversified way of doing it. However, what you're paying for is whether legislation gets passed or not. And they're always talking it up. They're always campaigning for it. And what they don't ever accept is, and we get people on the show say it's going to go through this week. We get it all the time. It could take years, just because Germany and Europe and so on is moving forward. America could take 10 years. And right now we've got the debt crisis. We've got bigger issues for Congress to worry about than passing a cannabis legislation. So the question is, and the reason why it's sold off is because it's dead money. And that's why insiders have dumped it. Because if you buy it, you're sat on your money. Your money could be earning 4.65% just sat in Robinhood doing nothing. Well, on Tilray, you're just losing money. So it doesn't matter how good the company is until legislation is passed, it's worth nothing really, right? It does make some money and blah, blah, blah. But the big ticket is when it gets legalized, right? And then it's a $40 a stock, $40 stock. So your question you got to ask yourself is, if I buy some, can I sit on this money for another year, 2 years? Could be next month. Could be any time. Right? Well, if you think about it, if you buy it at 243 and it goes up to $40, it won't get there straight away. It won't go overnight. But if it goes to $40, work that out. Work out what you would have earned if you put it somewhere else for the next year and a half, 2 years. Even if it was just putting it in Robinhood's bank, 4.65. There's like 9.5%, 10% over the next 2 years. You got to ask yourself, with no risk. Or you put it on the S&P, that typically does between 10 and 15% a year with dividends if you reinvest them. That's why people have sold it. So it's not that it's not good, but it's about timing. And at the end of the day, is the timing there? And have you got the patience and so on and so forth? So I've got it. It's in my portfolio. I think it's explosive. It could. But remember, there's always the other risk. Legislation doesn't get passed. Now, it's favored to get passed. It's favored to get passed. The consensus is it will get passed. However, if it doesn't, stock's worth nothing. So it is still very speculative. So it all comes down to, like any stock, it's not, is it a good investment or not? Is it the best use of my hard-earned money? And right now, it probably isn't. Because I've been sat on this for nearly a year. And that money, I've lost money on it because I've been buying the dips and God knows what else. I've got about $1,500 sat on it, doing absolutely nothing. So this is what I'm going to do with it. Because I've been buying the dips and lower my average was $5, $4, $3, now it's $2.50. My average is coming down, but your average only really comes down if you then sell the older stocks at a profit, then you've really brought the price down, right? So I don't want 7.8%, as you can see on the screen, in my Roth of cannabis stock. I don't use it. I'm not interested in it. I just want to make money, right? So when this goes up, and it nearly did it this morning, when this goes up another 3%, I can sell my old stocks and half my position and take a profit, no matter how little it is. It's a profit though. Take it out, reduce my position, put that in the bank, earn the 4.65, put it in the S&P, put it in Virgin Galactic this week because we're going to get a pop. Or wait for it to drop back down and buy even lower, to now lower my average to $2 a share. There's that way of looking at it, but you don't want to keep buying lower and lower and lower, because anything under $5 is a penny stock, and a penny stock can go to zero in a heartbeat. All right. Someone said to me this morning, Apple can go bust, and I said no, it can't. It owns enough cash to cover all its debts. It can't go bankrupt. Tilray Brands can. Tilray Brands can, because it doesn't make enough money. It doesn't. It's still cash negative. If we look at it, it's still losing money. Look on the earnings, it still loses money. Can you see on the left hand side? Look, loses money. We've got the next earnings on July 27th. You might argue, and you'd be right. You'd be right in arguing this. It is slowly going up over the last quarters. If we can beat expectations July 27th, remember the first quarter is the worst. If we could beat this, they think it will. They think next quarter it becomes cash positive. Then without legislation, it's a profitable company. It's worth owning perhaps. It now makes money. The stock price will go up from here. It'll go to $3.50. So 350, you look at that and go, all right, that's 20%, 25. Okay, worth keeping it. So that's the way I'm looking at Tilray Brands. Let's read some of the comments. Green on the day. Yes, green every single day. Pretty much for 6 months now. Most days were green. That's why my green light bulbs are getting worn out. I need the red ones again. Hey, Martin, where do you see space 25.35? Alex, you've missed our specials. We've been going live 10 hours a day for Virgin Galactic. All day yesterday. And 4 hours this morning. We're not talking Virgin Galactic right now. We've been doing Virgin Galactic now for 15 hours over the last 2 days. So you need to go and watch this morning's videos and get up to date. Alex, lovely to see you. I just can't, for balance, unless you're a member, of course, then I can focus on it. But otherwise, we're not doing much with Virgin Galactic today. It's on a bit of a pause. It has a sell ranking in Zacks. Their dividend is a bag of cannabis. There's no dividend with Tilray. Robinhood's spending account is interesting. Just set mine up. Nits. Who was it this morning who was doing the Robinhood? Who is John R? It's still pending. John R did my Robinhood this morning. And my Robinhood referral got the free stocks. Did you, John R, I can't remember who John R was now. Was it Units? I can't remember now. Did you use my referral? Because if you did, we got more free stocks to give away. Make sure, guys, that you use my referral. Otherwise, you're missing out. I'm missing out. You're missing out. We're all missing out. All right? Let me just give you the referral in the chat right now. Here it is. Let me give you the chat. This is the link. And John R. Forget who John R. was now. There's my Robinhood link. This is only for people in the US. The UK, it's coming later on this year, so you're not going to miss out. Okay? Anyway, I think it was John R. He's waiting to say... It says pending. So we're about to get free stocks with John R. Anyway, England has a few large cannabis farms that grow it for medical use. I have a relative who works for one. Fantastic. Yeah, I got a few bucks in Acan Cannabis company out of Africa. It's a new company, but IPO'd 300 at 300, but at 90F. Why not? Okay. May I ask why you use Robinhood and not Webull? Oh my gosh, I can give you a million reasons. Nix. Robinhood is far superior for what I want to use it for. Webull tries to overcomplicate the situation. I do my research by speaking to CEOs, learning the real information. I don't need an app to do that. I use Robinhood because it gives me the best match for Roth, 1% match. It pays me the highest APY of any brokerage anywhere, unless you've got millions of dollars. I can show you on the screen. Look, 4.65, higher than anyone, higher than Apple, higher than anyone. I trade for free. It's simple. It's straightforward. It's a no-brainer. I have all the apps. I've tried them all, compared them all, used them all, got them all. I have referrals for them all. But by far, Robinhood is far superior. And if I give you my referral link, you'll get free stocks if you want it. And I support you on it as well. But Nix, it's not even comparable. The technology, the way it works, the cost basis, absolutely. I don't know if it was a good one, but space buy order at 435. But the second buy at 420 is not triggered. My stop percent did not sell either. Yet stop losses, remembered, are not guaranteed. Always worth knowing. That's why there's insurance. Also, what are your thoughts on Robinhood 24/7? I think it's a bad idea. It's good for the stock, good for the customer, but bad for the customer because it's unhealthy. And you can't trade and you can't invest if you don't get sleep. The best investor in the world, Warren Buffett, always relaxed, always calm, not sat up all night on an app, doesn't even use apps and stuff like that. He's got an old-fashioned phone. Just speak to the CEO. I know not everyone can do that, but learn about the company. You don't need to be out on your phone in the middle of the night, sat there trying to trade. That is a bad idea. It is a bad idea. And even though I love Robinhood, I think it's a bad idea because a healthy mind, a relaxed mind, a calm temperament, you'll always make the right decisions. Sitting up 24/7 when I first got into crypto, 24 hours a day trading, ridiculous. Now, I don't even look at it. I just set my buy and sell limits, forget it. It's much more healthy and achieve a lot more. Probably lucky, says Martin Reddin. Hey there, friendly investors, Tizro, how are you? Have you tried Robinhood 24/7 trading yet? It hasn't started yet. I think it starts in June. Anyway, it's Sammy. It's out. Is it? Is it? I'm normally the first to know. I was in the first couple of hundred out of 4 million to get the wallet. I was one of the first to get the card, again in the first 100. So I get these things pretty quick. Robinhood pushed them through to me pretty quickly. I have not seen it. I've not seen any notification of that. I thought it was end of the month. I might be, obviously I'm wrong. You told me I'm wrong. Anyway, I'll look into that then. I've not seen 24 trading option on anything other than crypto or Robinhood. Yes, crypto is 24/7. Obviously, we're talking about stock trading. And someone asked, how can they do it? How can Robinhood trade 24 hours a day? First of all, we need to be clear. It's not 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. It's 24 hours a day during trading week. Okay, number one. Number two, it's a brokerage. So you're not actually buying the stocks until they're settled, right? Because Robinhood just moving them around. What they're doing is a bit like TransferWise that I use to send money to the UK. It's exactly the same principle as that. If you go to a bank and... oh, hang on a minute. We're getting some movement. I need to take some profits. Hang on. Tilray. If you go to a bank and you want to send some money to another country, you pay a fee. Your money leaves the bank, goes somewhere else, travels through cyberspace, lands in the other country, does a few jiggery pokeries, and boom, there it is in your bank account, right? That is how money works. However, TransferWise is a bit like what Robinhood are doing. The money never goes anywhere. Okay? What happens is, when I use TransferWise, it's why it's so much cheaper than the bank. I say I want to send $100 to England. Somebody in England says they want to send $100 to America, and we just swap. Mine leaves me, gets to the border of America. Theirs leaves England, gets to the border of England, and then we swap. And the algorithm just does that all the time, just swaps. So it doesn't actually travel. It's a lot more efficient, doesn't go through all the processes. And that's the same thing. I think Robinhood are doing the same thing. The stocks that everyone's got are just moving until they settle in the morning. So even though it's 24/7 and I'm buying Virgin Galactic at 3 o'clock in the morning, why you'd want to do that, I have no idea. Have some bloody sleep, get some health. Otherwise, you're buggered. What's happening is they're just swapping the stocks around. And that's fine. Nothing wrong with that. It's a very efficient way of doing it. But that's what I think's happening. But I don't think you need to be worried about that. If you're up every night worried about every trade that goes on, then you shouldn't be investing, because you're not investing anymore. You're not investing at all. You're just gambling with... Remember, when Warren Buffett buys a company, he knows he's bought the company. He never buys a stock price. He buys a company. You don't want to be at 2 o'clock in the morning. Suddenly someone is, Elon Musk has bloody tweeted something and now you want to sell. You'll be up. You'll never sleep again. I think it's a really bad idea. Over 4.5% gain by Nvidia today, May 24th. I think we're covering it for TO. We can't ignore the AI topic. Earnings next week, Wednesday 24th, will be highly interesting. I'm covering it for TO. He's a member and he's asked me to cover it. I agree, Robinhood is the best by miles. Coinbase for crypto, not offered on Robinhood. Yeah, Coinbase I use for crypto. It's SEC regulated. It's the most secure brokerage you're going to use for crypto. And Robinhood, I buy crypto on as well. I've got my offline wallet, and it's cheaper. It's better than Coinbase, but if it's not on Coinbase, then use Coinbase. Nix was supposed to launch the week after earnings. Sammy said, relax, work in the garden or drive a Corvette. There you go. Seriously, don't live and breathe 24/7 on the stocks. It's nuts. Some may have it. I don't. 24/7 trading is smart move by Robinhood to give more liquidity to market makers. That's fine. It's good for the actual system. It's not good for you. You don't want to be doing that. You don't. I mean, I'm live 10 hours a day because I'm on YouTube. I'm producing a show. You don't want to be doing that 24/7. This is my job. Traders will trade shares with other Robinhood users. There you go. That's what's happening. Other brokers offer 24/5 trading for select stocks. There you go. Thoughts on Mullen in the next 3 months? Well, Mullen, we will know all about Mullen in the morning. Who's joining me for the earnings in the morning? Here is the Mullen event in the morning. It is pre-market. Join me early. You don't want to miss it. Mullen. Where's it going? It's right. Now, can it go any lower? 117. Of course it can. It can go down 80% tomorrow. It can go down 80% the next day. It can go 80% down the next day. It can go 80% down the next day. And if someone says it can't go down 80% and 80% again, because there's only 20% left, of course it can. It can go down 80% every single day for the next million years. So, is it cheap? Does it make any money? It loses money. It's in debt. I don't care what you say. I've got a lot of people who are very passionate about this on my Twitter account, always telling me, talk it up. And I can't make up stories just to make you feel good. Engage the like, make it so. Thank you, Sid. You tell him, mate. Sammy, Warren Buffett isn't worried about car payments or student loan debt like us, common folks. Yeah, I know. But how do you think he got there? Hi, Martin. Hope you're okay. I've been busy, so I haven't been able to catch your show lately, unfortunately. Lovely to have you here. We've had a couple of really big days on the show. So Mullen in the morning. Now we've got 2 events. We've got 15 minutes to go before we close the bell. We're ringing the bell this afternoon, and the stocks are up again today. All that matters is I'm consistently making money. You can judge me any way you want. All I'm here to do is build a YouTube channel, the most honest, real channel in the world, and make money consistently. Look at my buying power now. It was 2.5 grand this morning. It's now 5.5 grand, and I'm still up. Take profits. Earn the 4.65% on Robinhood. Go gold, for God's sake. It's the best deal It's the best deal. It's not going to be there for another year. In a year from now, it won't be there. The rate hikes will stay up for 6 months, and then they will pivot, and it will drop 0.5% every single month after that. This is the time to earn free money, risk-free. So be rational with your investments. We're up now on the main account. We're up on the Roth IRA, and we've just hit a new all-time high, despite I've taken money out of the market. I should be down. I've taken money out, and I'm still up. I'm making money even when I don't invest it. It's ridiculous. It's funny, isn't it? I feel Mullen is the same boat as Virgin Cola. Big boys beating it down. That could be the case. It's got a good car. It's got some good stuff. But at the end of the day, I don't know. You know, look what happened to Virgin Cola. It went bust, right? And everybody was drinking it. More than Coca-Cola, more than Pepsi. Everyone loved it. Richard Branson got stuffed. And do you know how that happened? Does anyone know how that happened? Coca-Cola sent a load of high security guards with millions of dollars in cash from America to England to buy off the supermarkets. And they did. They waltzed in with, there's $1 million. Take it off your shelves. And they did. They took it off the shelves. Went bust. When everyone is in love with Richard Branson, remember the last 4 or 5 businesses he's had have gone bust. you just got to, it's all very well you saying, well, I like Richard Branson. Who would you rather invest in? Virgin Cola or Coca-Cola? It's not a fan. We're not trying to build a fan club, are we? We're trying to make money. And I love Richard Branson to have stuffed it to him. But Coca-Cola, a Coca-Cola for a very good reason. Very powerful, brutal company. Know what they're doing. And as an investor, I want to buy the winner. The Pammy bottle was iconic. Who was that? Pamela Anderson? Was it? I don't know. I don't know anything about that. Anyway, right. In 25 minutes, I have got an event. Very rarely I do this. Tonight I'm going to do it. I want to be in the audience with you. I want to watch one of my premieres with you. Be in the audience like you, in the chat, chatting away, watching. We need to listen in. I've edited it down to make it nice and tight. I've enhanced the sound quality and all that stuff, so it's a good listen. It's the Walmart event. It's very important. What they talk about is where the markets are going, and very important to listen to. You can learn a lot. So I invite you all to join me in 25 minutes. The premiere starts. There's the link. I'm going to give it to everybody on Rumble as well. And I invite you to join me in the premiere to watch it. And I'll be watching it with you live, commenting live. I think we can learn a lot from the Walmart presentation. I've edited it down so it's really tight, really good, and all the information you need. But it tells you all about the market and what we all need to know about. And this will tell you where the markets are going, inflation and everything. A really good, solid company. Solid. You want to listen to it. So I invite you all to join me for a premiere. This video will go directly to it, or you can use the link I've just given you. All right? I remember they modeled the bottle in Pam Anderson's figure. Oh, did they? Brilliant. Brilliant. Right. Portfolio is zippity-doo-dah right now. We are having a great old time here. S&P, bloody hell. Absolutely zipping up. Absolutely zipping up today. 358. What's my 358? What's it up? It's up today by 1%. That's good. That for the S&P, it's very good. Virgin Galactic. Here we go. Now then, in my main account, I'm up 10.43. My Roth IRA, I'm down 0.65. Buying it again. Just Googled it. It's true. Good. Took profit from Rocket Labs, 11%. Very good to you. Very good for you, Sid. Cherry, hi again. Hello, Cherry. Rich is making money launching new businesses and running them in the ground. Yeah, that's right. That's not actually far wrong. He ended up with Cosmic Go when it went bankrupt. Just remember that. Remember, when you lose your money, Richard Branson never loses money on it. Preferred stock, guaranteed 14%, I think it was. Made 14%. We all lost 100%. He made 14% on a company that gone bankrupt. Just remember that. Anyway, S&P 500 with a strong move before the closing bell. It's closing above the strong resistance and could trigger euphoria investing. Is the bull market here? It's coming in the summer. It's about to be launched, yeah. My stock hit bottom in December. That's nearly 6 months now of continued growth. So that would actually tell you we're in a bull market already. But no one knows until they look back and go, that was the bull market. The greatest analysts there are cannot tell you when the bull market started. They only tell you afterwards where the bull market is now. No one can say, like, today we're in a bull market. Today we're in a bull market. They announce it, but actually it started a month ago or whatever. Anyway, I'm just trying to get you the whole day there. So you can see how we're doing well now. Anyway, the S&P, it's 37% of my portfolio. Now, I have trimmed off the top twice now. I sold a few shares this morning, a few shares yesterday. because at the end of the day, I'm earning now 4.65%. Is the S&P going to go up 4.65% this year from here? Remember that. From here. It's already up 7%. Is it? I don't think so. So I've trimmed off the top. So I've got some profits without any stress or strain, and I'll do all right. The portfolio is going straight up. Tomorrow is sell-off Friday, so we've got to be very aware of that. We've got 5 minutes to go before the bell goes. IonQ still at too expensive. Rumble, it's getting better. Rivian. Mullen, tomorrow morning. Here is the Mullen earnings. If you're going to join us for Mullen, it's in the morning. It's on the homepage of the YouTube channel. Upcoming live streams. If you don't know how the YouTube channel works, I have all my events always there for you, like a TV guide. Upcoming live streams. Look, next event, opening and closing, opening and closing. There is May 25th. Every weekend I add the next week. All right. If you scroll down, you can see investing on the stock market. My full breakdown of how to invest. What is a stock? What is a dividend? What is a growth? What is a portfolio? Simple, but watch them all. They're all like 3 minutes long. Easy. I'm going to give you the link for this. Here's the playlist. Go and have a little listen. Each one's 3 minutes. I made the whole thing for you. A series of videos which just tells you everything you need to know, basically. All right, really simple stuff. You might go, this isn't very in depth. No, but it's very basic. That's what it needs to be, though, right? Because it is simple, really. From what I was reading, the majority of retail traders have now left the stock market, so I wouldn't be surprised if we walk into a bull market. Well, that is called capitulation. When most retail traders have been priced out, they've all sold out, they've all run out of money. That's capitulation. Everyone's done. Everyone's given up. Oh, I've lost so much money. I'm out. That's why you never leave the market. You never, ever leave the market, because the moment you leave the market, it's all over. It goes up, and you think, oh, my God. And then what do? Oh, no, I need to get in. And then you start buying in and think, oh, bloody hell, I was in before. Why did I sell? Well, that's how it goes. It's all manipulation. They want you to get out. I think Virgin Galactic want everyone to dump their stocks. I think they'll do it. I think just before the flight, it'll go to $3. I honestly do. I don't know. Might not. I hope it doesn't, really, because a lot of people will get spooked and know what to do. I don't want to see people lose all their money, because I'm going to make money anyway. If it goes to 3, I'll buy a bit more, but I don't want anyone to lose their money and get scared, and because people do. I had one guy from India, young lad, come in and watch the show, lost all his money. He watched me, he copied me, did everything I did, and of course he didn't do it when I did it. He didn't do it with how I understand the stocks. He got all fearful, scared. He kept selling. He was in and out. He was trying to copy me. He lost all his money. And he phoned in one day and he was really upset because his mum and dad found out and they were really angry. And he said they're going to kill me. And he was being serious. Some guy who had no money in India. He was terrified of it. He was really upset. So I don't want anyone to lose their money. I don't want the markets to go down so I can make more money. I'm not Richard Branson. I'm not a billionaire and businessman. I want you all to make money, but these things happen all the time. Right, we got 3.5 minutes to go, and we've got our special event then in 15 minutes. We're going to ring the bell, and so who's joining me for a live premiere where I'm going to be with you? So start a poll. Are you joining me? We'll sit and watch it together. I'll be in the chat with you. Are you joining me for the premiere? It's really important information you really need to listen to for the premiere. You can't get better than Walmart. They know how to run a business. Yes or no? Okay. Straight after this, in 15 minutes, here is the Walmart event. I've edited it. I've made it, more concise. Sounds good. You can listen to it with me, and I'll be in the chat chatting along. I'd like to know your thoughts with inflation and where the customers are going. It tells you everything you need to know. Let's see if anyone's going to listen to it with me. All right. So if you go down to the homepage, and there's the video. See there, it premieres in 15 minutes. right? Edited down, right? I might as well open it all up so it's already there. There you go. Let's see who's joining me. It's not rock and roll, but it's solid money. Anyway, I'll be listening into it, even if you don't. And if you want to support my channel, it really helps my channel. If you don't want to watch it, can you just let it run? Stick it on mute and let it run. Just let it run in the background. Go out and walk the dog. Let it run. It really helps because I want people to learn about Walmart earnings and all the earnings that I do. I want people to listen to it. It's really important, the earnings. It tells you everything about the stock and the company. You learn everything you need to know. So even if you don't want to watch it, help others by letting it play. You can mute it. Just go. Let it play. And then everybody else, as soon as YouTube see 100 people watch it, they'll share it with more people. And more people will learn about a good company and it will help people, right? So you're helping people. You're helping me. You're helping yourself by just letting it run. Right. We've got 15 seconds to go. We're going to ring the bell. Here we go. The bell is sponsored today by Sensei Crypto. What's going on there? Oh, what's happened to me camera? What's happened to me camera? Come on. 3, 2, 1. There you go. Bell is now gone. Sensei Crypto, you can sponsor the bell if you want to. Thank you, Sensei. Does all our crypto analysis. I have no idea what happened there. That was really bizarre. I wonder why that's not. There we go. Robinhood just on the bell that takes a drop. Let's go back to Virgin Galactic to see what that does. That's coming up in the after hours. I hope that's not an error. Let's see if we can fix that in a minute. Anyway, Virgin Galactic. Main stock still going up. Main portfolio, the S&P, is going up. Virgin Galactic now. We're $5 out of the money. Can we make some money on it in the after hours? IonQ. Still too expensive. Rumble. Sam here. There he is, the beautiful galactic hero, Rocket Man, Martyn Lucas. How's it going, mate? I'm going all right. I'm just back from my holiday in Lanzarote. We did dirt buggies and sea walk, dive, trek, dolphin spotting. Oh, it sounds bloody lovely. Lovely, mate. Lovely. Believe in the company. HD earnings dropped the stock to 284 and 289. Today, I did not sell. I did buy a little more on the drop. Thank you. I loathe the bell. I loathe it. Rocket Man now dropping in again. Glad I sold some. Good for you. From what I was reading, the majority of retail traders have now left. Yes. That is true. Capitulation. Rivian. Mullen. Right. Mullen is now coming up in the after hours. It's earnings in the morning, of course. Earnings in the morning. That's what it's all about. Tesla, it's firing away now. Absolutely great. Making money on Tesla now. Brilliant. Lucid, Apple, Amazon, McDonald's. Had a nice opportunity there to buy it. Don't know if anyone took advantage of that. Let's have a look. How many people are joining me? Wow. That's great. That is great. 50% of you, 10 of you are joining me for that earnings. That is so helpful. 1, it's good for you. 2, it's good for me, and it will help others, even if you can't watch it. Just mute it and let it run. The Walmart earnings, it's been edited down for you. I'll give you the link once again. You can already go there if you want. It premieres in 15 minutes. I very rarely get the chance to join in with a premiere. I want to be in there with you, chatting away, watching it with you as a viewer like you. It's really nice for me, and it's really great for the channel as well. There we go. I've given it to our guests on Rumble as well. Okay, brilliant. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Half of you are doing it. Brilliant. I want so many people to start listening to the earnings because it's where you learn about the companies and everything. Right, next era energy, Enphase. Bitcoin, 26 now. Down she goes. 15,000's coming. Love it. And of course, it will drive Coinbase down as well. So you can buy Coinbase when it goes down as well. Coinbase is a good investment. As Bitcoin goes down, just follow it down. Don't buy it yet, though. Don't think, oh, it's at 26, 25. Don't touch it until it's 15. Don't touch it. It might even go to 7. But 15 is a good bet for me. 15 is fine. That's my average. That's where I own it. Tilray. Still not there. Let me check, because this isn't a Virgin Galactic video. We are covering all the news items. Let's have a little look. The bell's just gone. Ross Stores. No, not interested in that. Treasury's cash balance falls to 68 billion, lowest since 2021. Treasury's cash balance falls to 68 billion, lowest since 2021. Here's the emerging debt limit deal as talks go down to the wire. Of course, it's all about the debt ceiling. Is it going to get raised? We all know it is, but it will come with conditions. Tesla to 1800, like Cathie Wood said. Don't listen to Cathie Wood. Cathie Wood is about Cathie Wood. Cathie Wood's figures have no resemblance to reality whatsoever. Tesla is great. I get it. I understand the margins, the profit, the potential. But the numbers she puts on it, half the bloody world are going to be driving around in Teslas. It's ridiculous. Absolutely bonkers. And when everybody got carried away with COVID, Tesla went to $1,200 and now it's at $400 in old money, because it did a 3-way split, right? It's gone down like 70%. Everybody went $1,200 a share. It's going to go to $2,000. Remember that? Well, where are we today? 1,800 after a split. That's like 4,500 pre-split. Think about that. Don't just look at it of how much it is, or 4.5 grand. That's not what I'm asking you to do. Times 4.5 grand by how many shares there are. Then that will give you the market cap of the company. Then look at the balance sheet and see what it earns, and you'll go, that don't make sense. It's like me saying to you, I earn $100 a year. All right, and I've got 100 shares, and they're all $1 each. That's good value. You have bought the value of the company. I earn $100 a year. I have 100 shares, and you've all bought 1 share each. You've all got $1 worth, and it's worth $1. Makes sense, right? 100 shares divided by $100, 1 share each. 100 shares makes sense. If I said to you, however, I earn $100 a year, I've got 100 shares, and each share is $1,000. That's 10 times what I earn. Well, how does that make any sense? You're now assuming I'm going to earn 10 times as much next year. 10 times. I'm not going to go a 10% increase. I'm going to go 1,000%. I'm going to go 200, 300, 400, 500, all the way to $1,000 by next year. Of course I'm not. There's no bloody way. I'd have to have 100 viral videos to do that. Well, could happen, but you wouldn't buy that, would you? Be crazy. That's not good investment, is it? That's flipping nuts. Anyway, at least it's not a cowbell. Oh, the cowbell. Who's that guy who does the cowbell? Who's that? Oh, that's a brilliant. I love that sketch. That constant cowbell. Why have retail investors left the market? It's climbing because they've given up. They've run out of money. That's what happens. The markets get manipulated over and over again. People who don't understand the market, don't understand what they bought. They bought it on an app. They heard it on Reddit. They watched it on YouTube. They listened to George, BitBoy, whoever it is. And they never knew what they bought. They end up getting scared. They run out of money. They sold it. They lost all their money. They got margin called. And now I got no money left. I can't buy anything. And then the rich people go, great. We drove the markets down and now we can buy it up. And then the poor man can never buy it again because he goes, oh, now Tesla's $500 a ticket. Oh, I sold it. I don't know what to do. And that's what happens. That's the way it's always happened and always will. I think Virgin Galactic will start cranking up the PR machine from Monday, and you'll see them all over Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter through next week. You will see more of me on Virgin Galactic than Virgin Galactic. Virgin Galactic, since Richard Branson got to a certain age, is like Virgin Orbit. Virgin Orbit, their publicity, their marketing team was the worst in the world. We all saw it. We all watched their earnings, their presentation. Worst ever seen. Terrible. Worst ever. And Virgin Galactic could easily go down that road. Could easily go down that road. I just want to be clear about that. Richard Branson was a marketing expert. It's not the same anymore. Ford is being cancelled on Twitter for going woke. Ford is being cancelled on Twitter. What does that mean? Yep, Kathy Woods is Kramer's daughter. Do not follow her investment advice. No, Kathy Wood is there talking to people, talking to retail investors like you, because you think she's smart with her management company and you buy her. She's very rock and roll. She's like Michael Saylor. Very rock and roll. Always on YouTube. Always on YouTube doing reruns. Very rarely live. How many times have we seen the Kathy Wood interview with Elon Musk? It runs nearly every day on YouTube, and thousands of people are watching it, and it was recorded a year ago. It gets replayed over and over again by scammers on YouTube. It's nuts, and people buy into it. Your average is about 550 by market cap. Your average is about 550 billion. You're right. You're damn right there. I'm worth $550 billion. Everyone should buy a piece of Martyn Lucas. I agree. I don't know why you're not doing it. You're missing out. 500. Oh, look. Here's the ducks. Here he is. Look. I missed it. You know the ducks. Here we are. Look, the ducks. You know we were talking about ducks earlier on. Where are the ducks? No, there was the ducks. You know, we were talking about ducks earlier. They were here. The ducks were here. The ducks are gone. The ducks were right there. They were there. Never mind, they're gone now. Yes, I like Elon Bitcoin. Kathy Wood scam is fun. I know, it's ridiculous. It goes every day. And it's even got, what's his name? The past CEO of Twitter. What's his name? The guy who used to own Twitter. What's his name? He's there as well. It's like, it's funny because Elon Musk is there with him. And it's like, oh my gosh, this is, how many people? And it's live. It's just a restream. And it's got thousands of people watching it. Oh, man. And I think, who are these people? Who are these people that are that foolish to realise that Elon Musk is now the CEO of Twitter and this guy isn't anymore? Anyway, doesn't matter. Right, here we go. I've got to go. It's time to go. Here is the Walmart event. Everyone come and join me. Half of you said you would. Jack, that's him. What's his surname? Jack, I forget his name now. There it is. There's the Walmart. It'll go directly there. Thanks for tuning in. Even if you can't, or even if you don't want to listen, have it on mute. It helps the channel. 12, I think 10 of you are going to do it. The others of you are miserable. That's all right. Be miserable. But it really helps the channel. You learn a lot. I will be in the chat, chatting along with you. And it would be really, really helpful. Because it will, once we get 100 watch it, YouTube will share it out. More people will listen in. The earnings reports is so important to understanding how the markets are going and wherever it's going. Even if you don't want to listen to it, for me, help me out. Let it run in the background. Right, okay. I've got 2 minutes to go, and I'm right on the edge of my seat thinking I should sell Virgin Galactic and put the money back in the bank. It's Friday tomorrow. I'm on the edge of my seat whether I should sell that. Let's Hood, no. Tilray, no. Okay, I'm done. We're up enough. All right, guys. I'll see you in the morning. I don't think there's any point rolling any credits, is there? Did we get any super chats? I don't think so. I'll see you on the live right now. Here we go. Let's have a quick look. Did we get any? We got Copper Heath and subscribers and resubs. Hey, and NNQ. I think that is. Anyway, thank you ever so much indeed. See you back on the Walmart event. As I say, just tune in and help me out if you don't want to listen to it. I'll be there and I want to hear from you. I'll be in the chat watching it with you. So there it is. I've posted it a million times now. How many more times can I post it? Give it everybody on Walmart. Don't forget to take part in the Twitter poll. But that's it. It starts in 1 minute from now. I'll see you all over there and I'll join in live. Jack, you never said his surname. Jack Smith, Jack Brown. I can't remember his bloody name now. Anyway, that's it for me. I'll see you back in the morning. See you live now on the world premiere for the Walmart information. Jack Dorsey, was it? Jack Dorsey, I think it is. Martyn saw the Tilray chart and had enough, so he was done. Martyn saw the Tilray chart and had enough, yeah. Move on. 24/7 trading? You gotta be joking, mate. I've got to go for a walk. I've got to breathe. I've got to walk. I've got to exercise. All right. See you back in a minute for the Walmart live event. Join me or be miserable. See you in a bit. See you tomorrow morning. Take care of yourselves and each other.